This is the Jeanneau 53. Please join us as we talk about an opportunity that's come our way and if this boat might be in our future.
Hey there, I am Richard, and this is Margaret. With our kids all grown up and retirement just over the horizon, we're embarking on a new adventure we're calling Empty Nest Sailing. Join us as we dive into a world of seas, sails, and fresh starts.
Hey everyone, wanted to share with you all an opportunity that's come our way to buy a sailboat at what might be a pretty competitive price point. It's one we're pretty excited about, but also one where we have a whole bunch of questions and there's some concerns. So as you may recall, we are recently back from a week on the livable course in the Exumas, where we spent time on a 46-foot catamaran and earned ourselves several ASA certifications. If you missed that video, we'll put the link in the comments, and I think we have a tag up here we'll collect. When we got back for our trip, I started talking to people at work about our experiences. Well, wouldn't you know, it turns out that one of my co-workers tells me he just happens to be selling a 53-foot Jeanneau from the early 2010s, and thought I might be interested in taking a closer look. Well, I told him we were actually leaning more towards looking at a catamaran, and our time horizon was definitely longer term. But he did make me sit up and take note when he mentioned the friends and family price. The truth is, prices on sailboats seem to be coming down, and we need to evaluate if this might be a good opportunity for us to buy right now. But seriously, the thought of a monohull that size leaves us with some concerns. We're hoping we can get some input from the sailing community to help us think through this. So let me back up a bit and share some of our goals and aspirations. When we retire in a few years, we're thinking about spending part of the year living aboard a sailboat down in the Caribbean. In the shorter term, we'd originally thought we'd just charter a few times and then, as time progresses, consider a purchase. Well, now a new option might be for us to look to purchase a boat somewhere closer to home and spend spring, summer, and fall sailing on the weekends and getting some experience on a more regular basis. We live just a few hours away from Annapolis in Maryland, and that does seem to be the perfect place to dock a boat for a few years. It's right on the Chesapeake Bay. Bay has over 4,000 square miles of water, and we certainly hope the sailing there is just simply amazing. Not too challenging if we use common sense and keep to sensible weather conditions. They certainly have a number of beautiful and full-service marinas, albeit perhaps not the most affordable place to home a boat. From there, though, in a few years, we could always transit down the East Coast, down to the Caribbean. Well, as you might guess, the Jeanneau under consideration just happens to be docked in Annapolis, further adding to the allure of this opportunity. So in a couple of weeks, we're going to go down to Annapolis and take a closer look at it. We'll certainly capture the content of that trip, share all the details with you in a follow-up video. So let's dig into the specifications of this Jeanneau 53. At almost 53 feet long with a 46-inch waterline, it's pretty big. The beam measures 15.5 feet, and combined, that provides quite a lot of living space. The mast rises a ridiculous 71 feet in the air, making access to some marinas perhaps a bit of a concern. On the other hand, it has a reasonable draft with a shoal keel. It's just shot at 6 feet, so that would give us some additional flexibility in anchorage choices. Comes configured with 3 cabins, room to sleep 6. Each of those cabins has its own ensuite head, plus the galley and salon are well equipped, and certainly seem to offer plenty of living space. The boat comes with a in-mast full sail and rolling full genoa, and that gives us sort of some ease in terms of getting into conditions that are a little bit challenging, because we could certainly reef those in arguably a little bit quicker, maybe a little bit easier to manage. So for novices like us, we think that might be a great idea. We've also read that this is a boat that can be enjoyed with a pretty small crew of 2, maybe even single-handed with some experience. Another feature we both love is the inclusion of the bow thrusters, seemingly providing much better control for docking a large boat like this. The Yamaha engine generates about 110 horsepower, hopefully moving this through the water at a pretty good clip when the wind's not really cooperating. I've read that it can actually motor at over 8 knots, 2,500 RPM, so not too bad. The hull is actually spec'd for just over 9 knots, so that would make this a pretty nice passage speed when conditions are just right. That all sounds great, right? But it's a big old monohull, and I would say significantly different than the catamaran we spent the Altima. We'd have to adapt to the boat heeling, getting used to much more rolling. We're at an anchor, and just generally adapting to a different sailing experience. And then there's the issue of buying a 14-year-old boat. We're looking at both routine and unexpected upkeep, which I guess increases with age. We need to be ready for that financially and mentally. So we're looking for your feedback and your thoughts. Are we crazy even considering this, or is this something perhaps we should continue looking into? We'd love to hear from you in the comments and hear about your experiences and your advice. Thank you so much for being part of our sailing journey. Remember to like, subscribe, and share your comments with us.